Hi friends, my name is Sarah and welcome back to another yoga video. This video is going to be a yin class. It's a yin class that I've sequenced so that you don't need to use props, but if you do have props at home and if you are familiar with the style of yin, feel free to utilize them. Now, if you're new to the practice of yin, I'm just going to speak about it a little bit so you can kind of get an understanding of where we're going to move today through the sequence. Yin is a beautiful practice that allows us to move into poses for extended amounts of time. The benefit of holding poses for an extended amount of time allows us to work into deeper areas of our body, like the fascia and the ligaments, areas that we wouldn't normally be able to target if we were focusing on other styles of practice like vinyasa, power, even gentle yoga. The other element of yin that is really beautiful is the concept of balancing our energy, our native energy of yang and yin. So generally in the Western world, we are quite fast paced, we're moving a lot, we have a lot of stimulation going on. We find it quite hard and difficult sometimes to really just slow down. So when we're constantly living in this way of yang, we can become a bit burnt out, we can feel fatigued, and that can also lead to ailments and sicknesses. So the beautiful thing about yin is it really teaches us to come back to that really beautiful yin nature, that essence of slowing down, restoring the body, healing the body, coming into the energy of softness, and you can imagine almost like the energy of winter and darkness and the energy from the moon. That's the kind of concepts of what you could think about when you think about yin. With that said though, we're going to start our practice. So when you're ready, just get all of your space set up, have everything you may need, but be mindful, you don't need props if you don't have them, and we will start our practice. So we're going to come into our first pose, which is called our seal and sphinx pose. So you're going to come down onto your belly. You're going to walk your forearms forward and you're just going to take your feet a little bit wider than hip distance, especially if you have any tension through your low back. So you want to bring your shoulders to stack underneath your elbows, creating almost like a 90-degree angle with your arms down. And this is what is referred to as our sphinx pose. Now, if you have a lot of tension through your low back and you feel yourself being propped up here is just already too much, you can begin to walk your arms slightly forward just to lower the chest down just a little bit. Now, just be mindful with yin, the way the practice works is it's not a restorative class. So although it can feel really good through the body, our intention here is to create a sensation through our body, because what this does, it creates a healthy strain or stress in the body that actually then works into the area that we're trying to target. So for this area, for this pose, you want to feel sensation through the low back. So the difference is with sensation and pain is we want to be mindful that when we're feeling sensation, it's still within our end range capacity to deal with pain. But you know, when you get to that pain threshold and you go over that line, it's almost like there's no return. So just be mindful of where your pain threshold is and make sure that you're well away from that, but you're still feeling sensation in the body where you can still breathe nice and deeply and know that you're being worked and stretched in the target area. So with that little bit said, come into your pose. Find the position with your arms that work best. I'm going to bring my shoulders to stack over my elbows. My feet are a little bit wide. I'm going to take my eye gaze forward. So this is our sphinx pose. We're going to spend some time here, and then as we move towards our halfway mark, I'll give you the option to come into our next variation, which is our seal pose. So as you arrive, just take time to come into your breath. See if you can really begin to slow the breath down. Taking nice, deep breaths in and out through the nose. As you breathe, see if you can really encourage your body just to progressively soften. Taking time just to scan through the body to see if there's any areas of tension or contraction. And then just leaning into those spaces with breath. Take some time just to check in with your glutes, with your feet. Just making sure that everything is nice and soft. With our yin poses, we really want to soften into them. Once again, encouraging that yin state, allowing the body to restore and rejuvenate. Now, if you like, you can continue to stay here. If you would like to move into a deeper sensation, once again, just being mindful of where your threshold is, you might choose to just begin to pivot your hands towards the corners of your mat and then begin to lift your elbows up. So we're going to come into our seal variation. This is going to take you into a deeper bend in the back. Now, if you lift your elbows up and you come up and you're like, oh, this is just a bit too much for me, feel free to come back down onto your forearms. So yin is not about the shape per se. We don't want to focus so much on how deep we can get into a shape. We want to experiencing through the body that allow us to come into the present moment and maintain a steadiness of breath. So if you come into your seal pose, just check in once again with your glutes. See if you can release through the glutes and the legs. There should be slight sensation through the low back, as this is our target area. But you might also feel an opening through the front body, a little bit of energy moving through the arms. Slowly begin to lower yourself back down onto the mat. We're going to come into what is referred to as a rebound. So what I want you to do is just bring your hands to stack and then just drop your forehead down. Release any tension through the body and just let yourself be super, super heavy. Our rebounds allow us to feel the effects of the pose and just to notice the chi, the energy that is now moving through the body. When you're ready, begin to take a nice slow deep breath in. And then a slow deep breath out. Just begin to lift yourself off of the mat. Just coming back onto your forearms. So this is where we'll move into our next pose. We'll move into our broken wing stretch. So this is a great stretch for the upper back, the shoulders. And we're going to get into this position just by walking our right arm half a hand forward. You're going to begin to lift the right elbow up, and then you're going to weave the back of the left hand underneath, taking the arm as far across as you can towards the right side of your mat. Then two options. So from here, you'll bring your right elbow back down onto the mat, and you'll start to feel a stretch through the left shoulder. What you can do is you can drop your chin towards your chest if this feels good, or maybe you prefer to bring your right hand in front of the face so that you can rest your forehead onto your right arm. So this will be our half broken wing variation. If you come here and you're like, maybe I could move into this a little bit stronger, you can take your full broken wing variation. That's by bringing the back of the right hand down onto the mat and then pulling it over to the left side. I'm just going to make sure my microphone is okay. So from here, hands pull away from one another. The palms are facing up. So feeling a stretch through both of the shoulders. You're going to begin to then drop your chin towards your chest. Just be mindful that the full wing variation is going to constrict your breath just a little bit. So you might be more comfortable with the sensation, but if you feel that you can't breathe, that's going to begin to create constriction through your body. So once again, come to the place where you can feel sensation, you're not moving into pain, and then you can come into a steady breath. Let your shoulders be nice and heavy, your head be heavy as it falls down towards the mat. When you're ready, just begin to take a slow, deep breath in. Slow, deep breath out. And begin to unwind your arms and then make your way back down towards a rebound. Just stacking your hands, bringing your forehead down onto your hands. Relaxing your shoulders. And once again, just giving yourself time just to feel and integrate the energy that's now moving through your body.
Again, just begin to take a slow, deep breath in. Slow, deep breath out. Just begin to bring yourself up, and we'll move into our second side. I'm going to walk my left hand slightly forward and just begin to pick up the elbow, weaving the right arm as far across to the left side of the mat as I can with the palm facing up. Then I'll begin to lower my left elbow down. So once again, the half broken wing variation, you can just drop your chin down towards the mat. If you want a little bit of support for your forehead, you can bend your left arm and then place your forehead onto maybe your forearm or your hand or a fist if that feels more supportive. Otherwise, if you want to take your full expression, if you did it on the other side, begin to walk the left arm over. Focus on pulling the hands as far away as you can from one another. Taking a big breath in, and then a slow breath out, and then dropping the chin down towards you. So when you're ready, just begin to take a slow, deep breath in. Slow, deep breath out. Just gently release your arms and come down once again into your rebound. Let yourself be super heavy. Once again, just take a slow, deep breath in. Slow, deep breath out. This time you're going to begin to push down into your hands. You're just going to glide yourself onto your hands and your knees. And this is where we'll begin to move through our next pose. So we're going to come into our child's pose. I want you to bring your big toes together, take your knees out wide. Just allow your sit bones to come down towards your heels. We want to focus on feeling sensation through the inner groin. So this is going to be our target area. So you might find that your knees are close together and you're not feeling the sensation here. So just bring them wider apart. The second target area is going to be through the spine. So what you'll do from here is begin to extend your arms forward, lowering your chest down towards the mat, and you'll bring your forehead down to rest. As you settle in, making sure that your forehead is resting on the mat, you want to just bring some weight into your body, letting your heart become heavier as it pulls down towards the earth. Taking time once again just to check in with yourself. Just noticing any areas of tension through the body. With every breath that you take, feeling a slight expansion. And with every exhale, a gentle release. Just begin to take a slow, deep breath in. Slow, deep breath out. Slowly begin to walk yourself back towards your knees. And then once again, just making your way down into your rebound. So you might choose to come down into the belly like we've done previously, or you can choose to come also to lay onto your back. Give yourself time to arrive, moving at a nice steady pace. And then once again, just dropping in just to feel the effects of the pose. Begin to take a slow, deep breath in. Slow, deep breath out. Gently begin to push yourself up off of the mat. And then we're going to move into our next pose. So we'll come into our butterfly pose. So you'll come onto your sit bones. You're going to bring the soles of the feet together. Knees are bent, opening out wide. So we have two target areas here once again. We're going to be working through the inner thighs and the groins into the hip space, as well as finding a fold of the spine. Now, because we're not working with props, unless you have them, but the intention is without props, I want you to focus on really lengthening through your spine as you drop your head down towards your feet. So options with the feet, you might choose to bring the soles of the feet closer in. This is going to really increase the sensations through the legs. If you bring the feet a little further away from you, you'll have more space to fold forward. Now, if you're really struggling and you notice yourself pulling back, a recommendation I can give you is to roll your mat up and then sit it underneath your sit bones just to elevate your hips up just a little bit. So when you're ready, just begin to arrive, bringing your hands onto your feet, just letting your head to drop down towards the mat, finding a rounding of the spine. Once again, we're not holding or trying to contract through the muscles, so allow yourself to fall into a passive stretch. Softening through every area of your body. Taking time to become heavier and heavier and heavier. Releasing tension through the shoulders, the neck and the jaw. body, just slowly begin to take a deep breath in. Slow breath out. Just be very mindful as you move, supporting yourself to come up. We're going to make our way down into our last rebound and our final place of rest. So you'll come down onto your back, nice and slowly, bringing your head down onto the mat, taking your feet out wide, taking your arms out wide. Take a slow, deep breath once again in through the nose. And then a deep breath out through the mouth. Releasing any remaining tension through the body. Softening the forehead, releasing out through the jaw. Now, if you would like, you can choose to stay here for a little bit more time. Just really check in with yourself and whatever it is that your body needs. Otherwise, just begin to bring some gentle movement back into the body. Reach your arms over your head, stretch your hands away from your feet, and exhale to drop all of your weight. Just slowly draw your knees in towards your chest and then roll onto your side. Just take a few rounds of deep grounding breath. And then nice and slow, just arriving once again just into a comfortable seat at the top of the mat. You might choose to keep your eyes closed if that is comfortable for you. Just bringing one hand onto the belly and then one hand onto the heart. Come back into the energy of your body. Just begin to take a slow, deep breath in through the nose. And just gently let that go. I hope that you enjoyed this style of class. If you did, please be sure to let me know. Leave me a comment down below. I would love to connect with you.
Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel because it's a free and simple way that you can support me in making these videos for you. Once again, as always, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you also very much. Have a beautiful, beautiful day.